My name is Sarah Ritt. I'm an artist and a tarot reader. And, wow, go ahead and get started. Cards actually just fell out of the deck. So, this is today's collective reading. Looks like we're experiencing some intense emotional stuff today. Yeah. This is very interesting because it feels as if all of the energies, all of the cards that are here, harmonize with one another in such a way where I get kind of an overriding theme that we are moving past. Maybe I should say that we're mourning some things, that we are in the process of shedding some things and feeling the weight of that emotionality right now. So we have Five of Cups going on. This always speaks in one way or another to going through shifts and changes and just mourning losses. You know, this person is grieving for these spilled cups. They don't realize yet that they still have two behind them. Now, two speaks to balance. So there is this feeling, and I see it in this reading overall as well, of mourning what we lost or going through those emotional shifts and changes. Kind of, I mean, the flip side of losing, right, is feeling freed up. So it's some of both here, right? So we're in the process of mourning what we lost, but also freeing ourselves up. And as we do that, we become that much more able to kind of get our balance again and just recalibrate. You know, there's this feeling of, it can actually be quite empowering, this feeling of letting go. Maybe that's the best way to put this overriding theme that I'm getting a sense of. We're in the process of letting go a lot of emotional baggage. And as we do that, we find our balance again. So I'm seeing that here. I'm also, again, I'm getting that sense of grieving for what we've lost. So here you have this very hopeful feeling energy. It's that very relational energy. Both of these, I should say, are cups, which are water, which gets into that emotional undercurrent of things, that intuitive and psychic knowing. It's very relational, touchy-feely energy. And this is on its head here. And paired with this energy, it feels as if we've lost something. We've lost something important to us. And it feels like the loss of specific expectations and dreams in a form that we can recognize, relationships in a form that we can recognize. So there's this feeling of having to undergo these emotional shifts and changes around losing things in one form or another the way we expected them to be, if that makes sense. Now, again, the flip side of that is feeling freed up. And I'm also getting that in this next little trio of cards. We have this very thorny, spiky energy of swords. Now, swords are air. They speak to the mind. So all of those thoughts that trap us, and then all of the sharpness of our clarity as well. So our intellect, our strategic mind, our logical mind, the limitations of that, and the limitations of our thoughts, generally speaking, as well. So there's that double-edged aspect of the swords as well. They can really help us, they can really bring us down. So with Three of Swords, you do have that, especially in connection to this energy on its head. There's this feeling of loss and sadness, but this energy, which I feel like here for sure is directly referencing our pain, is also on its head. And Yeah, and that just that fundamental message of healing is what I'm getting there. And it's next to Wheel of Fortune, which so often for me speaks to progress. So this feels as if we are in the process of healing and we're making progress there. And we're listening in on that deeper, intuitive, psychic level that High Priestess speaks to as well. So it may be actually that once again we're fighting ourselves a little bit because our truer, wiser self knows one thing, but maybe we're focusing in on the loss of the other thing as opposed to really knowing how freeing this experience is on a deeper, truer level. And that's okay because both things are real, right? But the more we tune into what we know, the freer we can feel within ourselves, and also the more unified. But, you know, I do fully accept that that is a process. And so for those of us that are here, you know, for those of us that are just feeling the loss of either a specific relationship, a specific hope, you know, a situation in which we got our hopes up and then that changed. For those of us experiencing the loss of a relationship, a dream, an expectation, I think that's what I'm trying to say. Just, if you can trust a little bit, if you can open yourself up a little bit to the possibility of it feeling easier, the possibility that you've even made more progress than you realize. I mean, part of the progress also is allowing ourselves to feel the sadness of whatever one thing we feel like we lost. And I should also say, this doesn't have to be a specific situation. You know, it can be that more general, broad emotional undercurrent of all the stuff we're going through, all these changes that we're experiencing as well, all of the things that kind of make us feel hopeless in one moment and then empowered in the next. You know, that both of those aspects are an integral part of our human experience. Both of them are real, both of them are valid. And how good it is to feel that much freer and better able to process our human experience from that place of deeper wisdom and deeper knowing that this energy of High Priestess speaks to. So, to recap, we're going through some intense shifts and changes here, and I think that may be the bigger, broader truth more than anything else. You know, we're feeling the ups and downs of our human experience, and it may have just temporarily left us feeling a little bit hopeless, a little bit depressed, a little bit down. You know, so that's maybe part of the undercurrent of the day. The other message that's coming through here is that healing really is taking place. Progress really is being made. And we are better able to access this deeper wisdom, this broader knowing that we all have access to as human beings. This is, I think of it as our divine self. So, once again, we're going through a lot of shifts and changes here. We may be feeling the weight of those, the loss, the sadness, that sense of hopelessness. But the flip side of that is healing really is taking place. Progress really is being made. And even if we're not quite there yet, we have that much greater access to our truer, wiser selves. So I hope that this reading has been helpful for all of you. I hope that wherever you are, you can maybe just try to hold it in your mind's eye that it will get better. It will shift once again. This is a temporary state of being, even as it feels so heavy and so deep and so dark at times. It's temporary, because that is the true nature of emotions. So I hope that you have a healing day, a soothing day, a satisfying day in one way or another, or at least that part of it can be a little bit closer to satisfying overall. And for those of you interested in supporting me and supporting this channel, please check out my Patreon. I am excited for new people to join and new people to see it and just get a fuller sense of who I am and what I'm about. And I will see you all again soon. Bye for now.